Hello everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about terror in the streets. I'll be right up front in this one. We're running a special. Order the Terror in the Streets boxed set from the LOTFP EU web store. Use promo code MOON, all caps, MOON, and get free shipping worldwide on your whole order so you can pile on lots of things. Offer is good through May 7, 2026. And if you're watching the video after that date, well, subscribe so you don't miss future offers in the future. I've got a script here and I still can't read. Anyway, wonderful start. So what I'm going to do is tell you about the Terror in the Streets adventure, which is available in both the EU and US web stores right now. Links in the video description. And then I'll tell you about the box set and what all is in it. And a little bit about the making of the box set and why it's so damn expensive. The headline summary for Terror in the Streets is that a Jack the Ripper type character is active in Musketeer-era Paris. It's a hunt for the killer adventure written by Kelvin Green, so it has all the writing flair I've gone on about concerning Green in previous relevant videos. It's funny because in the introduction, Kelvin blames me for everything. The title, the premise, and I don't remember any of it. The only involvement I remember is that there's a new spell where if you screw it up, you summon a vampire. I suggested that it always be the same vampire, so this poor bastard is just randomly getting transported to the scene of a messed up casting every so often. Anyway, it's 96 pages, so as LOTFP adventures go, it's pretty extensive. It has a brief overview of 1630 Paris, a timeline of events concerning the killer, some clues, some red herrings, important locations and NPCs, locations and NPCs that aren't important but are designed to throw the PCs off the trail, random encounters, all sorts of fun stuff. The timeline is especially important because it details both what has already happened and, when and what will happen, which is pretty much the definition of a timeline, but in an ongoing hunt for a serial killer, you need to emphasize in an adventure that yes, this sandwich indeed has 2 slices of bread and meat and cheese and mayo. It's all here. It's all here. Particularly clever is a mechanic called the unrest die. See, the killings are indeed causing terror in the streets. People panic when they realize there's a maniac about, which, as an aside, not having to do with the adventure itself, it makes no sense. That people freaking out makes no sense. I mean, it's a real thing, but it makes no sense. I mean, think of real-life killer David Berkowitz and the dramatization of his spree, Spike Lee's Summer of Sam. But the thing is, in 1970s New York fucking City, some psycho shooting 11 people over a 3-year period, 6 of them dying, doesn't even move the needle at all statistically. There were over 1,500 murders in New York City just in 1977, but if it's a confirmed nutcase doing 5 of them and not just regular street and domestic crime, well, now people are worried. So yeah, the murders and some other events can conspire to create civil unrest in the city, and as tensions mount, that creates complications and at times dangers that the players will have to deal with. The public mood is something the players always have to keep in mind as they go about their investigation, and maybe something they may need to try to intentionally influence. And then, that's the non-spoiler version of Terror in the Streets. And I wrote, it troubles me. I don't like it giving away all the secrets to these adventures I'm talking about. And for a manhunt whodunit type adventure, it's even a bigger risk that someone who might play it one day finds out the answers to all the mysteries ahead of time. But for those of you that want to run games, I'm trying to sell you on running this game, so spoilers. The killer is a tailor who believes that a number of children are possessed by demons, and unless he kills them before a certain time, an earthquake will destroy Paris. He's a hero saving 500,000 people, don't you see? Yeah, he eats their flesh and makes a skin suit out of them too, but, you know, how else does one commune with God in order to save a city? The adventure, the main text of the adventure assumes that the guy's just a lunatic. But if the referee wants to decide that an earthquake will happen if the killings are stopped, and this is something the referee should decide before the adventure begins, the adventure does tell you how to handle that as well. Did I mention the killer is also Cardinal Richelieu's half-brother? This investigation goes all the way to the top. So, seriously though, the adventure does have characters brushing up against the seat of the greatest power of the age in Europe. Your characters do know how to behave in such circumstances, yes? Yes? Now, the adventure revolves around a child killer, so I have to let you know that while there's not a degenerate level of graphicity, it does have a couple of gnarly pics, done in Kelvin style, so not as bad as it otherwise might be, but I will show them to you. Page 37 has a disemboweled horse from a carriage crash. And a few pages later, dead kid's having his cheek peeled off. That's it really as far as being graphic in the art. So if you can handle that, you can handle this. But because the killer takes the bodies and eats and skins them, there won't be graphic crime scenes to describe to the players, but when the killer's lair is discovered, well, there is a bit of that in the description. I mean, the book doesn't go into too much detail, so maybe you won't have to either, but depending on what the players ask when they find the hideout, the guy is skinning and eating children, so... as I said, there's a lot of stuff in this book and how the investigation goes and details on the victims and how the clues are done, but that's basically what Terror in the Streets is. But wait, there is more. But before I talk about the box set, I do want to point something out. In certain things, I have a keen interest. I will want to know everything about it, down to the most minute detail. And if I'm not an expert on it today and can't answer a question about it, I will be an expert tomorrow after looking into it at the expense of anything else that I should be doing. Infinite curiosity, and I do have a couple of brain cells to rub together to satisfy that curiosity. In certain matters. Other matters, not so much. Incurious, unwilling to apply whatever brain power I do have. Total dead brain. Concerning things like the pronunciation of French words. See, there's a French Protestant minority that figures into the adventure a bit. I didn't think of anything of how to pronounce it, so I have always said this word in my head, Huguenot. Because I am a very clever person, right? But even more clever than me are those sneaky, conniving French people, always in a conspiracy to make me look like a fool. Because, and you're not going to believe this, they pronounce that word in a French way. Huguenot. Roughly. Huguenot. You know when I discovered this? I'm recording this first thing in the morning. It was last night, basically about 8 hours ago, while doing some research, knowing I was going to have to say the word out loud on camera in this video and just wanting to make sure I was getting it right. A lifetime in my head of Huguenot. Fuck me. So, now, let's talk the Terror in the Streets box set. So, opening up the box, we're doing an unboxing from an awkward camera angle. So what do we have here? The box does contain the same base adventure book that's available separately, so that book is included in the box. Let's see. It does have a custom unrest die, which has all 6 faces have unique custom art for them. So that's a part of the box. The box also contains another hardcover book. 48-page book of short adventures originating in or taking place in Paris. It's called Huguenots and Other Distractions. And that one's more intentional. Because you see the title as it's written on the spine there? Huguenot. It's spelled that way here because these particular Protestants are traveling through space going to the moon. Like astronauts. So that spelling is intentional. And for the 3.5 years since this has been published, until last night, I thought this was a homophone of the actual word. Because I'm a very smart and clever person. Anyway, lots of fun stuff in the bonus book, a number of standalone adventures, all far more gonzo, as Kelvin himself puts it, than the main adventure. You've got a bit where giant swans can fly you to the moon, and on the moon you meet the alien hive mind Selenites. That's the big head there. And that may or may not go well for you. There are rules for using Selenites as a player character race. And I want to show you a couple pieces of art from that one. I should have bookmarked these. But I'm not that clever. Come on. Fascinating YouTubing right here. Yes. Player characters on the moon. And then the representation of the player character Selenite is... I've missed it. Yes. There we go. There's a potential player character. So what else is in there? There are pre-Christian Gauls who have magically slept for 1,700 years, trying to outlast those pesky Romans, now waking up in a world full of technological marvels beyond their comprehension. There is a small dungeon detailed as part of that adventure. There is a cool little adventure about the Crimson Spectre, an actual ghost. And that's this guy in the bottom of the box. And I have to say, this is the killer from the main adventure on the cover of the box. Excellent character design by Kelvin. Just no notes. Let's see. The last adventure of the bonus book is Rescue Dogs, involving the actual Dumas Musketeers. And if I'm getting Dumas wrong, do not tell me, or else I will just start calling him Dumbass. The Musketeers and a mad scientist who likes swapping out extremities between species. It's a nasty bit of body horror. It's creepy as fuck, probably the creepiest thing in the whole set, even more than the child murdering of the main adventure. And then, as part of the main adventure, there are some letters that the killer is sending to the authorities. We go all in on the tropes there for catching a serial killer. But, you can print out the letters that are in the book. You can print them out from the PDF. But we also, the box set contains, actual handout letters. And then what else? Also contains a handout of one of the puzzles of a puzzle from the bonus adventure, one of the bonus adventures, the puzzle handout. There are 6 pages of character stand-ups. Let me show some of that to you. Just cardstock character. Okay, you're not seeing the different pages. 6 pages of that, including a horse carriage. I'm not doing a very good job of showing them. Oh, here's some Selenites, and there's the Crimson Ghost, or the Crimson Spectre, excuse me. I forgot to mention the time-traveling Satanist adventure. Missed that paragraph. Yes, the bonus book has an adventure of time-traveling Satanists. Here's some normal townsfolk. And I do want to note, as part of these character cutouts, where was it? Oh, yes. The little bastard Kelvin put me in there, naked, as one of the cutouts. And the worst thing about that is, it's actually a flattering portrayal. Especially since this is just before I ballooned up when I was taking brain meds for the better part of a year right after this. Still haven't gotten rid of that weight. So anyway, those are the character stand-ups, and then there's also a few pages of a few pages where you can put a building together, and there's instructions. Yeah, so so you can make a building out of that. And again, if you get the PDF, you can print out more copies of that to make more buildings. And then, there's also an A3 sized mini poster map of Paris. Here's that. A smaller version of this map is in the end papers of the main adventure. So that's the box set. That's all the fun goodies in the box set. And now I want to tell you a little bit about the business stuff, because you may notice if you've gone to the website that the box set is quite expensive. You know why that is? Because of the friggin' box. You want to hear something insane? Just underpants on the head insane? The box costs more to print than everything else that comes in the box, including both books, combined. 33% more. The printing of the box, more than all of the components, including the die, combined. And that's, and that's not even, the printer didn't even fill the boxes. Me and my ex-girlfriend took all the individual elements and we put them in the boxes. And then we sealed the boxes with this paper strip and sticker, which I carefully peeled out, although you can still tell the back of the box is the sticker mark. So, so we sealed the box, and that's why it wasn't shrink wrapped, because we had to we were doing the filling of the boxes ourselves, or else, if we had the printer do it, it would have cost even more, and then we would have just had it shrink wrapped. Anyway, the majority of the price of the Terror in the Streets box set is the box. I don't know how that works. I don't know. It's because I don't have my boxes printed in China, that's why. But that is incidentally why I went with the different style foldy box for Don't Fuck the Priest. That still wasn't cheap, but it was much cheaper than this. Now, this box did sell a certain amount on release. And then just a trickle since. And I'm guessing it's entirely due to the price. I was honestly pricing the book or the box based on the cost of everything. Same way I do the books. So I had to have faith that it would turn out fine. And it wasn't a disaster, it wasn't a money loser or anything, but when you do have a significant number of a limited edition item still unsold, big pile of them in the storage room, what do you do? I mean, I did a deep discount on this briefly some time back, but I really hate doing that. Every business does sales. Every business does, you know, clearance. But specifically doing a deep discount on a high price item when not an insignificant number of people paid the original full price, I hate it, which is why most of the sales and offers that we do exclude or have some modifiers for the high price items, because I don't want to undercut the people who actually pay the full price, especially on release, because there's always an expensive thing coming out sometime soon too, and I want people to buy them with the confidence that, oh, it's going to be half off in 2 years. I don't like sending that message. But there's still a big pile of a couple hundred of these still sitting in storage of a limited edition item that I was hoping would just go, you know? So what to do? Well, as I opened the video up with, through May 7, and I'll deactivate the coupon code when I wake up on the 8th. If you buy the box in the EU web store, I don't think we have any in the US web store right now, use coupon code MOON, all caps, M-O-O-N, you get free shipping on the whole order. Hopefully that makes the box a bit more lucrative, or attractive. Lucrative, I don't know if it's the right word, but maybe it is. I should look up definitions of words if I suddenly become... Well, I was sure when I wrote this, I just... Why am I saying this on camera? Anyway, hopefully it makes you a little more willing to buy the thing knowing you'll get free shipping. And for some places in the world, that's quite a big chunk of change. And if you want to add some more stuff to the order, it'll all still be free shipping. So this is the time to order 5-6 kilos worth of stuff that you never wanted to pay the shipping for before. Please. Please do it. Please. Oh, and Maria, who did a few videos for the channel here some years back, she wrote a song about terror in the streets. Claire Mollet, or God, I didn't look up the name of the song, but it's about Claire Mollet, the first victim of the tailor. She performed it live at the booth at Gen Con 2022. I have the video of that somewhere, but the PA system that we used was a speaker we bought at a pharmacy. This was very well planned. And, you know, we were recording her on phones, and the quality of the recording with the general Gen Con background din, I think it would have done more harm than good to show that to anybody. So it just didn't turn out well. But link in the description for the studio version of that song. Terror in the streets, everybody. And now I'm putting a shadow. Terror in the streets. Grab it. It's pretty damn good.